The story opens with Yong-ho, the chairman of Choi Song Company, taking a car for a test drive. He asks his secretary, Sang-jae, to gather the company presidents because he needs to discuss something with them. At the same time, we meet Jun, the hero of our drama, who is a talented soccer player. Thanks to his outstanding skills, Choi Song Company buys out his contract with a promise of 500 million won. Jun is absolutely over the moon about this, and photos of him are taken at the Choi Song Football Club. The scene then shifts back to Chairman Yong-ho, where we meet his twin son and daughter. Once inside the office, Yong-ho tears into everyone. He confronts them, saying their plan was to break into the top 5, but it looks like they won't even make the top 10. He goes on to explain that he's getting old and needs to hand over his position to someone else, meaning he will choose either his daughter or his son to be the next chairman. He gives them a 1-month deadline to prove who is better. After delivering his speech, the chairman starts to leave. His son, Sang, and younger daughter, Gong, follow him out, arguing and begging him to just decide right now. The chairman snaps back that this behavior is exactly why he's giving them a month. They both need to prove who is better. Hearing this, they both set off to work. However, neither of them wants to do things the right way. Both prefer taking shortcuts. Later, the chairman returns to his office, where Sang-jae brings up the matter. He asks if the chairman wants to start a war between the two siblings. The chairman replies that he just wants to see who is better and that this is going to be very entertaining to watch. After this, the chairman leaves for home. Meanwhile, Sang-jae is seen talking to someone on the phone, asking if they placed the order he requested. In the next scene, we see the Kang family having dinner together. Even here, Sang and Gong cannot stop bickering. They start pitching their respective projects to the chairman, but he loses his temper. He snaps at them not to start lecturing him about profit and loss right now. The chairman's wife is also present. Upon learning that her husband is stepping down from his position, she asks what happened and if there's a problem. He assures her that it's simply due to his age and that he should travel more with her now. Just then, Sang-jae arrives and tells the chairman that he needs to come along. There's some urgent business to handle. Without questioning him, the chairman leaves with Sang-jae, leaving his wife behind. Left alone, the wife calls her other daughter, Gal, who is the heroine of our drama. She tells Gal that her father is appointing a new chairman between her brother and sister, and that she should spend more time with her siblings. She asks when Gal is coming back from America. However, Gal refuses and hangs up the phone. Next, we see the chairman sitting inside a car reading a file. This file contains proof of the corruption and massive financial scams pulled off by his son and daughter. After taking the file, the chairman and Sang-jae step out to walk. At that moment, Sang and Gong arrive at the garage. Checking the CCTV cameras, they realize their father was looking at a file. Panicked, they say that he probably has the files on all the scams they pulled. Terrified of getting caught, they decide to take the car out. However, they start arguing over a key card inside the vehicle. A security guard approaches, prompting them to start the car and speed off. Hearing the roar of the engine, the chairman and Sang-jae rush back. However, the guard covers up for the twins and lies, saying it seems someone drove off with the car, but he'll find out who it was very soon. The chairman already knows the truth, so he tells him there's no need to do that. In the next scene, we see Jun's grandmother talking to him on a video call. She's incredibly happy for him. In reality, Jun is doing all this hard work just for his grandmother. On the other hand, Sang and Gong are driving the car, watching a video, specifically the car's dashcam footage. Their attention is completely off the road. Right ahead of them is Jun, who is still distracted talking to his grandmother. Sang and Gong drive straight into him, crashing violently. The video call is still active during the crash, capturing the car's license plate before the duo speeds off, leaving Jun behind. Jun is rushed to the hospital. Meanwhile, Sang and Gong panic and decide to erase all evidence. They have the CCTV footage wiped, get the blood cleaned off the road, and quietly return the car to the garage. Later, the guard notices that the car's headlights have been changed. He checks the dash cam and discovers that the memory card is missing. Realizing he's caught, the guard apologizes to the chairman, confessing that Sang and Gong ordered him not to say a word to anyone. Meanwhile, the twins are discussing Jun, wondering how the boy is doing. The scene shifts back to the hospital, where Jun finally regains consciousness. Confused, he asks what happened to him and tries to check his legs. The doctor walks in and breaks the devastating news. He will never be able to play soccer again. Hearing this, Jun breaks down in tears, crying that the doctor doesn't know how much he's sacrificed for this. Soccer was his entire life. In the next scene, Chairman Yong-ho tells Sang-jae to bury all the documents he found. He then leads Sang-jae into a secret room filled with massive amounts of gold. The chairman takes the corruption file from Sang-jae and hides it there. Meanwhile, Jun's grandmother tries calling him, but out of desperation, he avoids her calls and desperately tries to practice walking. Later, the chairman and Sang-jae are sharing a meal. Sang-jae tells the chairman that he will only work at this company as long as the chairman is there. The moment he steps down, Sang-jae is leaving too. The chairman sighs, admitting that he doesn't think either of his kids can handle this company, but he must protect Choisong Company at all costs. At the same time, Jun manages to recall part of the car's license plate and goes to the police station. However, because he doesn't remember the full number, the officer refuses to listen to him. Sneakily, that same police officer sends a text to Gong, informing her that the boy remembers nothing. Taking advantage of the situation, Gong pulls strings to have Jun kicked out of his soccer club and slaps him with a fraudulent debt of 1 billion won. Devastated, Jun goes out to protest against the injustice. While protesting, Jun receives a call from his grandmother's caretaker. Jun sadly tells her that he couldn't find any evidence. However, the lady replies by asking if he checked the video she sent him. It turns out she records every video call. Watching the recording, Jun finally gets the complete license plate number and discovers that the car belongs to the chairman. Jun marches straight to the chairman's company. At the reception, he hands over a file, stating that it is extremely important to the chairman. When the file reaches the chairman, photos of his car from the accident scene fall out. Seeing this, the chairman summons Jun to his office and asks what he means by showing him these photos. Jun replies that the chairman is misunderstanding him and plays the video footage. The chairman finally realizes why the car's headlights had been changed. His children had indeed committed a hit and run. The chairman bluntly says to tell him how much money he wants, adding that saying sorry isn't going to fix anything. Furious, Jun snaps back, asking what about his life. Money can't fix everything. The chairman then pulls up Jun's file and sneers that even if Jun had become their top player, he would have earned a maximum of 5 million won in his entire lifetime. With that, he slides a blank check across the table, telling Jun to write whatever amount he wants and live a comfortable life. Jun seethes with rage. Just then, the chairman's PA announces that the company presidents are arriving. Hearing this, the chairman warns Jun that if he comes back again, he will get absolutely nothing. As Jun walks out downcast, he crosses paths with Sang and Gong downstairs. Holding the blank check, Jun gets a call from his grandmother. He answers, but as he gets emotional, he cuts the call short to hide his tears. Breaking down, he cries to his grandmother that he doesn't think he can keep the promise he made to her. Desperate, Jun begins to write an amount on the blank check. Back upstairs, the chairman is furiously reprimanding his children, who are on their knees begging for forgiveness. The furious chairman declares that neither of them is fit to run this company. He announces that he will tell the board meeting that neither of them will take over. Saying this, the chairman storms out and takes the elevator down, while his children frantically run down the stairs to catch him. At the same time, Jun is heading back up from the ground floor. As the chairman walks out near the stairwell, his children come rushing down in the chaos. Sang trips and accidentally shoves the chairman forward. The chairman tumbles straight down the stairs, colliding head first into Jun. The scene shifts to a hospital room where the chairman finally opens his eyes. He looks at his hands and limbs and realizes he looks incredibly young. Confused about where he is, he looks into a mirror and is horrified to realize that he is now trapped inside Jun's body. Shocked, he asks the doctor for the name of the hospital. On the other hand, the chairman's actual body is still unconscious in the ICU. Surrounded by his family, Sang-jae confronts Sang and Gong, demanding why they were chasing him and what the chairman said to them in the office earlier. The twins play dumb and claim they were just walking by. Meanwhile, the chairman, now inside Jun's body, arrives outside the room and watches them. Just then, a shocking news article drops on TV. The news exposes the chairman's car in a hit-and-run case and falsely claims that the chairman even assaulted the victim in his office. As the family discusses the scandal, Sang and Gong step outside and lie to the media, saying that yes, it's true, their father was the one who hit that boy. Hearing his own children frame him, the chairman loses his temper. He storms past them into the room, approaches his wife, and yells at her to move aside so he can get back into his own body. But the moment he gets close to his original body, his head begins to spin and he collapses from a sharp, agonizing pain in his head. As the crowd gathers inside the room to pull Jun away, the chairman quickly realizes that if he goes too close to his original body right now, both he and Jun could end up dead. Though people try to hold him back, the chairman, now trapped in Jun's body, manages to break free and escape. Just then, Gal steps in, saves him from the crowd, and pulls him aside. She confronts him directly, saying that he was the one who tipped off the media. Wasn't he? Gal has no clue that it is actually her own father inside Jun's body. The chairman asks her what she's doing here. Wasn't she supposed to be in New York? He notices she's wearing a Choi Sang company badge. When he asks who said she could work for his company, Gal grabs his hand and twists his arm behind his back. He groans that she should be thinking about her father at a time like this. Gal coldly replies that right now, she only needs to think about herself. She has a revenge to take. Sensing people approaching, Gal quickly runs away. The chairman's twin son and daughter arrive on the scene. They ask him if he can tell them exactly what his father did to him. To their surprise, the chairman agrees to talk with them. Meanwhile, Gal is secretly listening in on Sang-ji's conversation. He's telling a lady that the twins were the ones behind the hit and run, not the chairman. Overhearing this, Gal is shocked and whispers to herself that her brother and sister are involved in this. Suddenly, her mother appears behind her and leads Gal straight into the chairman's private cabin. Her mother asks why she came back from New York. She knows she's in danger from her siblings, and she promised she would stay away from Choi Sang Company. Her mother reassures her that her father will recover very soon. Elsewhere, people are gossiping about whether the hit-and-run scandal was engineered by the chairman or his two children. Gal is mixed in with the crowd, quietly reading all the public reactions. In the next scene, the twins are celebrating, saying they successfully took the footage from that boy and deleted it. They've handled their father and everyone else. Only one person is left. They are referring to Jun. They approach him, not knowing it's their father sitting right in front of them, and casually ask if he's doing okay. The chairman replies that they both should be worried about their father. They sneer, asking why they should care about him. He's already too old anyway. Then they interrogate him, asking if he saw the face of the person who hit him, if he saw their father's face. Seething with rage, the chairman tells them that their father asked to protect you. But they completely deny any involvement and blame everything on him. Later, they arrive at the Choi Sang Company headquarters. Rumors are flying among the employees. Some say the chairman is just pretending to be in a coma, while others suspect the twins hit the boy and their father is taking the blame. Gong addresses the reporters, falsely claiming that their father did all of this, and because of his actions, they are unable to do anything. Once inside the elevator, Sang turns to Gong and snaps, asking why she's destroying their father's image like this. If he wakes up, he will kill them. Gong smirks and replies that is never going to happen. The hospital where their father is admitted is run by her husband. He will never wake up. She has already handled everything. The only loose end left is that boy, and they can just shut him up with money. Meanwhile, the chairman manages to slip out of the house using a secret door and arrives outside the company. He realizes that his life's work is in jeopardy as people are questioning the company's integrity and talking about tearing it down. Inside, a shareholder meeting is underway. The twins argue that they need to appoint a new chairman immediately, just as their father wished. However, Sang-jae stands firm, stating that they will not take any steps until they have solid proof. Just then, an employee rushes into the room shouting that Jun is giving a live speech to the media right now. Panicked that Jun might expose them, everyone rushes out. To save the company he loves more than his own life, the chairman takes the entire blame upon himself. Facing the cameras, he declares that the person who hit him was none other than the chairman himself. Seeing this, the twins step up to the microphones to look good in front of the press, saying they will give him their full support for any hardships caused by their father. Afterwards, the chairman walks away with reporters chasing him. Gal tries to follow him, but Sang-jae stops her, demanding what she's doing here. Gal tells him that she will tell him everything when the time is right, but until then, he must not say a word to her siblings. With that, she walks off. The chairman uses Jun's ID to find his apartment. Seeing how messy and filled with trash the place is, he immediately runs out muttering that he cannot stay there for a single second. Despite the messy room, he's actually thrilled to be in a young, healthy body. However, he realizes he needs to retrieve his cane. Meanwhile, the twins are discussing Jun, realizing he's no ordinary boy since he managed to give them the slip. In the next scene, Gong's husband hides a lethal injection in a locker and texts Gong that he has dropped off the item she requested. Later, the chairman stealthily slips back into his original bedroom at the mansion and retrieves his cane. Suddenly, the twins walk in, intending to finish him off. Just as they approach, the original body of the chairman begins to show signs of consciousness. Panicking, Gong grabs a pillow and attempts to suffocate her own father. As the chairman's original body suffocates, the chairman inside Jun's body manages to trigger the hospital emergency alarm just in time. The twins flee the room in panic. The chairman slips away safely as well, but Gal spots him leaving. She quickly rushes in to check on her father. On the other end, the chairman breaks down in tears over the vile actions of his children, wishing he had never lived to see this day. Back at the hospital, Gong's husband falsely informs everyone that the chairman suffered a sudden cardiac arrest and his condition has severely deteriorated. Meanwhile, a mysterious girl calls an old man, informing him that the chairman won't last many days. He's going to die. Hearing this, the old man smiles with joy. Still upset, the chairman looks at the blank check he had given Jun, only to see that Jun had written that he wanted Choi's Sang Company in exchange for his life. Seeing this, the chairman vows to make sure Jun gets Choi's Sang Company. He goes straight to the twins and proposes a settlement, asking for a job at the company. In the next scene, the chairman arrives at his own company, starting from the bottom as a corporate intern. When he sees his loyal secretary, Sang-jae, he gets emotional and tells him that he cares about the chairman just as much as Sang-jae does. He says he will come to Sang-jae for help very soon, but until then, he cannot reveal anything to him. He even drops a specific phrase that only the real chairman would know. Meanwhile, the other employees are mocking him, whispering that he's just a failed soccer player. What is he going to do here? Nobody wants to work with him. Seeing this, Gal steps forward from the back and announces that she will take responsibility and teach him everything. Just then, their team boss approaches the chairman and asks him if the project he started last time is completed yet. The employees are shocked by Jun's corporate knowledge. Gal quickly grabs his arm and pulls him out of the office. Once outside, she lectures him that if he wants to meet someone, he should do it properly and to stop acting like he's trying to be the chairman. The chairman simply asks what an intern has to do. Later, as he sits cluelessly in front of a computer, Gal walks up and snaps, asking if he seriously doesn't even know how to use Excel. This triggers an argument between them, leading the chairman to slip up and say that she is the chairman's daughter. Shocked, Gal pulls him aside into a corner and warns him that if he ever utters her full name or calls her the chairman's daughter in front of anyone again, she won't let him off easy. As Gal walks away, she flashes back to the night her father had the cardiac arrest, remembering that this boy was present. Seething with rage, she resolves not to let him go until she finds the complete truth. Later, the chairman approaches his team boss to ask why Gal is working at such a low position. The boss explains that she helps them with everything. She's basically their servant. This infuriates the chairman, who snaps, asking how they can treat someone's precious daughter like this. The boss stays quiet, knowing that the twins were the ones who intentionally assigned her this low-level job. As the workday ends and everyone prepares to leave, the chairman announces to the office that nobody has taught him Excel yet. He tries to blackmail Gal into staying behind to teach him, but she ignores him and leaves with the rest of the team for an office party, leaving the chairman all alone. Late at night, the chairman logs into the system with his own credentials, copies all the critical data files into a flash drive, and sneaks into his private office. Using his cane, he opens his secret high-security locker and takes out a massive stash of cash, gold blocks, and a VIP card before leaving. Meanwhile, Gal attends the office party, where she eavesdrops on a group of executives discussing the massive financial scams happening within Choi Song Company. On the other side, the chairman uses his secret wealth to jump right back into his luxurious lifestyle. He visits the hospital, hands a massive bribe to a nurse, and orders her to keep him updated on the chairman's condition at all times and to ensure he gets the absolute best medical care. He hands her a secret letter and instructs her to deliver it directly to Sang-jae. The nurse follows his orders and hands the letter to Sang-jae, claiming the chairman wrote this note right when he briefly regained consciousness. The next day, Gal approaches the chairman at his desk and drops a file in front of him. The chairman looks up and asks if she likes this face of his. Gal thinks to herself that she needs to unmask him and gather evidence against him, which is why she is staying close to him. Later, a high-stakes executive meeting takes place. Gal holds the microphone and is about to deliver a presentation, but the chairman suddenly snatches the mic right out of her hand. To everyone's astonishment, he names 3 major international shell companies and warns the board to sever all ties with them immediately. Gal is left utterly stunned, wondering how on earth he knows about those fraudulent companies, especially since she was planning to expose those exact same entities herself. Sang seethes with anger, wondering how an intern found out about their hidden corporate scams. After the meeting, Gal corners him and demands to know how he knows all of this. She points out that he was on Sang's side, so why is he speaking against him now? The chairman replies that he is on their side, while subtly pointing his finger towards Sang-jae before walking away. Gal stands there completely baffled, wondering who he really is and what his ultimate game is. In the final scene, Sang-jae gathers the board members and pulls out the secret letter delivered by the nurse. He announces that when the chairman briefly woke up, he left this official decree. He reads the letter aloud. No one from his direct bloodline will inherit this company. Instead, any qualified employee within the Choi Song Group has the right to become the next chairman. The twins immediately jump up, screaming that the letter is a forgery. However, Sang-jae shuts them down, stating that they sent this letter to 3 top international handwriting authentication agencies, and all 3 have verified that this is officially the chairman's authentic handwriting. The twins are left completely frozen and speechless. Right at that exact moment, the chairman in Jun's body confidently strides into the boardroom, looks them dead in the eye, and asks whether, in that case, he can become the next chairman of this company. And with that explosive cliffhanger, this episode comes to an end.